Tanaka buchou-san. It sounds extra respectful. In a Japanese office, it marks you as a beginner, instantly. One tiny syllable sung, and the whole room knows. So why would adding politeness be the mistake? Hold that question, because the answer is how the entire Japanese workplace actually works. Because Japanese work vocabulary isn't a word list, it's a social system. Every word encodes who outranks whom and who's inside your circle. So, the ladder of job titles, top to bottom. The two verbs for to work and why they refuse to share a particle. A management mantra named after a vegetable. And at the end, the rule behind the san mistake. Plus, the moment you strip every drop of respect off your own CEO. On purpose. Start at the top. Kaichou, the chairman. Shachou, the president. Then the run you'll actually meet. Buchou, the department head. Kachou, the section chief. Kakarichou, the subsection chief. Shunin, the team leader. Hear the pattern? Chou means head of. It echoes all the way down the ladder. Now, the part that matters. In a Japanese office, the title is the name. You don't call your department head Mr. Tanaka. You call him Tanaka Buchou, or simply Buchou on its own, like a name. And that's the first half of our answer. The title already carries the respect. Say, Tanaka Buchou-san, and you've stacked deference on top of deference. Dear Mr. Sir Tanaka. Everyone hears it. But it's only half the answer. The other half is much stranger, and it's coming. Rank is only one axis, though. Anyone above you is your joshi. Anyone below you, your buka. But Japanese tracks a second hierarchy the org chart never shows. Senpai and kohai. Who joined earlier, who joined later. It carries straight over from school, and it follows entry date, not job title. Someone at your level is a douryo, a colleague. And here's a word English doesn't have at all, douki. The people who joined the company the same year you did. Your cohort gets its own noun, because in a Japanese office, when you joined is part of who you are. Quick detour. What kind of worker are you? Seishain, the regular permanent full-timer. Keiyakushain, on a fixed-term contract. Haken, dispatched from a staffing agency, and the one every student knows, arubaito, the part-time job, which Japanese borrowed from German. Arubait just means work in German. In Japan, it narrowed to the student side job, then got clipped to baito. Its cousin, pato, legally just means shorter weekly hours, though in practice it skews toward homemakers. So yes, Japan's word for a part-time gig is German. But whichever contract you're on, you still have to say, I work. And Japanese gives you two verbs that refuse to share a particle. Hataraku is the doing, activity, effort, labor. The office is just where that action happens, so it takes de. Watashi wa kono kaisa de hataraite imasu. I work at this company. Tsutomeru is different. It means belonging to an employer, being on their roster, affiliation. And affiliation takes ni. Kanojo wa ginkou ni tsutomete iru. She works at a bank. Almost, she serves at a bank. Same English sentence. Different picture, different particle. So here's the rule to keep. De marks where the work happens. Ni marks the organization you belong to. Even shūshoku suru, getting hired, takes ni because joining is affiliation. Get this one contrast down and the particle stops being a guess. Still with me? Good, because the strangest rule in this whole system, the one where the CEO loses his own name, is just ahead. First, let's run the workday. Shutkin, clocking in. Taikin, clocking out. Seen from the building, instead of the clock, it's shusha, coming in, and taisha, leaving. Careful with taisha. It means leaving for the day and leaving the company forever, and only context tells you which. Chikoku, late. Kyukei, break. Yukyu kyuka, paid leave, clipped in real speech to yukyu. And the word every story about Japanese work culture arrives at, zangyo, overtime. You'll hear 上司に残業させられた. I was made to work overtime by my boss. Japanese literally has a verb form for being made to do things, and this is where learners meet it. After a day like that, how does anything get communicated? With a vegetable. Japanese offices run on a rule that sounds like spinach. ほうれん草. Take 報告, report, 連絡, contact, and 相談, consult, and clip the first beats together. You get ほうれん草, exactly the word for spinach. A securities company president made the pun famous in his 1982 book, and it's stuck. Report progress upward, pass facts to everyone concerned, consult before deciding alone. New hires get it drilled in like a food group. So if a coworker in Tokyo tells you to mind your spinach, that's not lunch advice. That's management. Which brings us back to san and the half of the answer I still owe you. Japanese splits the working world into uchi, your inside circle, and soto, everyone beyond it. Respect doesn't point up, it points out. Watch the word company. Talking to a client, your own company is heisha, roughly our humble firm. Their company is onsha, an honorific. Same two companies, the words bow in one direction. Now the payoff. On the phone with a client, you mention your own president, the man you call Tanaka Shacho to his face every day. To the client, he becomes Shacho no Tanaka. The title drops to a plain job description, and san is gone. Your CEO is just Tanaka. Facing an outsider, your president is inside your circle, and you humble everything inside, even him. So that's what Tanaka Bucho-san gives away. The title already carries the respect, and respect in Japanese was never a volume knob, it's a compass. So step back into that office one last time. Someone says, Tanaka Bucho-san, and now you hear everything underneath it. A ladder where the title is the name, hataraku with de because it's an action, tsutomeru with ni because it's belonging, and a line between inside and outside that even the CEO can't cross. In a Japanese office, every word knows exactly where it's standing. That card on screen, screenshot it. It's the one worth keeping. Your next step is keigo, the grammar that sets all of this in motion. And since the workday's over, お先に失礼します. Excuse me for leaving first. And to you, still here at the very end, お疲れ様です. Thank you for your work. Upward, downward, sideways, it's the one phrase that's always safe. Thank you for watching. Amenokori, the #1 app to learn Japanese in context, is free on the Apple App Store and Google Play.